Hello, I am the old. Oh, I keep saying old every time, don't I? I don't know what that's about. I am the oh so serious one who cares maybe just a little bit too much what you think.
And I'm the not so serious one. Don't give a damn what you think. Your host, Roger Welch.
And I'm Michelle Welch, and I am so happy tonight we have with us Fatima.
Hi.
Hello.
So glad that you're here. We met Fatima at iNats.
iNats this year.
In Denver. iNats is the International New Age Trade Show, for those of you who don't know. And it's a pretty cool combination of all kinds of things. Like
Everything from like product to services to anything metaphysical you could possibly kind of want.
Yeah.
Is that how I would say it, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of cool energy running around the place.
and Fatima. And so, I mean, you can't miss her. She's beautiful. And so Laura Pace was there with us, and Erica was there, and we just all fell in love with her immediately. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about her. It's Fatima Mbodj. A beautiful name.
Thank you.
And Fatima is a renowned international intuitive reader and certified energy healer who comes from a multi-generational lineage of intuitive mystics. Over the past 16 years, she has traveled the world channeling messages through readings and healings to help people create the life they desire, helping them gain clarity, direction, and a deeper connection within themselves and to the universal flow of unconditional love and manifestation. She currently resides in New Orleans. Is it New Orleans or New Orleans?
So they say Nolans.
New
Like
Orleans.
that's the way they say it. I like to say New Orleans. Like when I go
New
out to
Orleans.
the other parts of the world, I'm like, I live in New Orleans because that's actually like how it's spelled.
Okay.
But if you say that in New Orleans, they'll correct you.
Ah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say she's from Louisiana.
There you go.
Cover my bases now. She's from New Orleans, Louisiana.
The Crescent
So
City. Yeah.
we're so glad to have you here. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank you for having me. Yes, thank
Oh my
you.
gosh. So yes, we did meet Fatima at the International New Age Trade Show. That's a
Yeah.
mouthful. to
That's why we say iNats.
iNats.
Make it easy. iNats.
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 And was it your first time to go to that show?
It was my very first time.
Well, see, here's the deal with you. Was your first time to go, but you went as this huge success already.
Yeah.
Like, you're a go-getter, right?
Yeah, I went and I was like, okay, this is what it's going to be. This is what I want to walk away with in regards to networking, in regards to awareness of the deck and people, and it all happened. It all happened.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, can we see this, you guys? This is the deck. And I don't know if I need to hold it up, but it's a beautiful deck, and we do have it. I'm Vanna Whiting it here. It's the New Orleans. I'm going to say it wrong now.
Yes.
New Orleans. New
Orleans
Oracle deck.
Yes.
And it is by Fatima. And the artwork is by Lori Felix.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So this is her deck, and we do have it here at the store. And at the end of the show, we are going to be reading from, you will get some readings from Fatima. We'll do what we call
Sure.
lightning round readings if we have time for that.
Sure.
And so tell us a little bit about your deck, what inspired it, and a little bit about it.
So what's so interesting is that I was on Thanksgiving holiday here. And I woke up one morning and literally Spirit was just like, create an oracle card deck. The name is the New Orleans Oracle deck. And immediately I started getting all of the like what the names of the cards were supposed to be. And I wrote them all down. And it was a process essentially over about 1.5 years of just channeling the information. And the reason why it's an oracle deck instead of tarot is because we're essentially in a place where it's time for people to become more comfortable with going within for their answers, going within for connection. And so while it's good to have people like you and me and whoever to come to for guidance, the goal is that we already have the answers anyway within, and this assists in that. So not only does it help with the divine connection between yourself and that, but also having more comfort with yourself in a very practical way of, it's not usually like, will I get the job or will I get the guy or the girl? It's usually you want these things because you feel like it will lead to a sense of fulfillment or a sense of worth. So the purpose of the deck is to get you to the core of what's going on and what you're wanting to feel or what you're not feeling with very direct messages like, hey, do this. This is what's going on. And you'll notice you end up in a flow, an accurate flow of what you need to do to get yourself to the connection or the flow or the answers that you kind of want to move forward for whatever you want to manifest.
Right, I love that. You know, somebody came in the other day, and while we were in Denver, and Erica had me on the phone for something else, and she just said, Michelle, which deck do you recommend for clarity? You know, and it's kind of a question I hadn't really asked. Crystals, yeah, they, you know, I'll go, okay, well, these crystals for clarity, but which deck for clarity? And I said Oracle or Tarot, and they said Oracle, and I said your deck. Just out of it came out of my mouth. I said the name of your deck. I said Fatima's deck for clarity. So would you agree with that?
I would totally agree with that. And also to the New Orleans inspiration, because if you've been there, New Orleans is very much about be whoever you are, and it's fine, and acceptance. And the goal is the more that you have self-acceptance, the better your experience in life is going to be. And so New Orleans is so much of that's why it was like, oh yeah, go with this. The reality, the acceptance, the beauty and the nitty-gritty, it's all fine, whatever it is. And that's really where the influence came from. So as you go through the deck with different cards and you see it, be like, oh, that totally makes sense, especially specifically around the ones that are from the city.
Right.
Yeah.
So which one is from the city that specifically that would be your, oh, well, here's one, gratitude.
Oh, okay. So the gratitude card with the second line band. So in New Orleans, you'll get a second line band because you woke up, because somebody died, because you got married, because you're happy or sad. And the point is, it's just celebration. And, you know, the attitude of gratitude really will get you everything. So I felt like, let's use the second line band. Let's get the energy of what you feel when you're in it. And it's perfect for that card. So I like that one. And also share your gifts, which is in there. And that's Jackson Square.
Oh, yes. Jackson Square.
That's where everybody shares their gifts.
They do.
So you can get a reading, you can get a painting, you can get food sometimes, and it's all about sharing. Yes, right. And it's all about sharing your
on
gifts.
the backside, we got back. Touchdown Jesus.
That's right.
It's on the
that we
backside.
had to look for forever for Touchdown Jesus. Do you
It's on
remember
the back. No, we didn't. He did.
Dakota. I will
Dakota
say
did.
Dakota.
Yes.
You told me not to say Dakota.
Okay, I said it.
Oh, wait, that was something else.
Do these need to be turned this way or the other way for the camera? I always forget. This way. Okay, that's fine. All right, I just want to make sure people can see these beautiful cards. So, yes, I love it there.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
in the squares. And I remember Touchdown Jesus.
Yes, and you know what? Depending on if it's not Touchdown Jesus, some people say it looks like Jesus with horns.
Ah.
So it just depends on how you want to see it. Yeah.
So, which card gave you any trouble? Did you struggle with any of the cards?
Step back.
I just saw that one. Let's see. There we go.
Uh-huh. Which you look at it and it's like really simple. It's a lady standing by the ocean. Mm-hmm. But I feel like literally when you pull this card, it's probably because you need to step back and you're all in it. You're really proactive and maybe you don't need to be. You need to step back. So because I came up with what all the images need to be and then was trying to like describe it and find examples for my illustrator. And with this one, I think we did it 3-4 times. Yes, just to come up with probably one of the most simple cards in the deck.
But I love it. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful,
Yeah.
and the ocean. I'm an ocean girl, so I was like,
Right.
oh yes, you breathe easy, you're clear near the ocean. Yeah.
So did you have one of the cards in there that you more resonate with more than the others? You know, kind of like some artists will stick themselves in the cards.
Duality.
Duality?
Duality is one of them, and the nature card.
Well, y'all can keep talking while I
Yes.
find it.
The duality card, it's about being in acceptance of how multifaceted you are and that you're not just one thing, and that even if it's polar opposites, it's okay, and to leave room for yourself to be everything that you are. And I tend to be that way. So I was like, oh, I like it. And I really like bright and fiery, and I really love the moon and the ocean. So I love that card.
Yeah, that's a beautiful card.
And then nature, because every chance I get, I've noticed the healing effects that nature has by
Right.
just being in it without trying. And it's so beautiful. Like, that's probably part of my favorite artwork in the deck, because I look at it, I feel a breath of fresh air, I feel magic.
Yeah, it is magical.
I've noticed that too, because since we met on Facebook and
Yes.
all, and I see you a lot. You just got back from St. Lucia.
Yeah.
And, you're out. You're not
Yes.
like a homebody. You're outgoing, outside.
Yes.
You're in nature.
Yes, I like anywhere I can find nature. You'll find me there, somewhere between nature and a party. Yeah.
Party in nature. Yes. I like that.
So what is that? So the city inspired it,
Yes.
but what else inspired it? Have you already touched on that, or is there anything else you want to say?
So the other thing that inspired it too is that I've been doing readings probably for 17 years. But when I went to New Orleans, where I literally just ended up there because I wanted to be there, as I kind of, I was moving to Florida, stopped to New Orleans, almost didn't leave. What happened was that it really supported me in coming into my own. I did my readings, but also I was in corporate America, and my contract ended the month I moved to New Orleans. And it was like, oh, do you go back to Dallas? Because I'd actually lived here for 11 years and find something and work from home and do your thing. And it was like, no, you continue to do readings. This is what you're supposed to do, or at least be dealing with people and helping them heal. So I did. And in the first month of doing that, it was better and as good as corporate, and it's just gone on ever since then. So New Orleans is a place that if you're willing to step into whatever your truth is, and you're willing to just be whoever you are, you will flourish in your growth. And growth isn't just like, oh, spiritual growth or career growth. It's whatever the growth is that you need. And since my truth, and what I've noticed for so many people I've met that are transplants there, New Orleans is a catalyst to connect yourself to yourself if you allow it. And so that's what the deck is for.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really what I would think almost every deck should. You would hope
Should.
would be if there's shoulds, but
Yes,
would
I
be
agree.
for.
Yes.
In general. So tell me about all the different travels you've had. You were talking about. We were like, okay, do you live in Frisco? Do you live in New Orleans now? Where do you live? So, and Roger mentioned that you're on the go, that you
Yes.
travel. So, one of the things that we found kind of interesting is, let's just use the word metaphysical for lack of a
Yes.
better word.
Yes, yes.
What do you find in different places? The receptivity of metaphysical, or the differences maybe, or the similarities in different parts of the world or different states even?
Okay, so I'm just going to use St. Lucia as an example, right? Super spiritual, magical, healing feeling. No direct, really openness, like, hey, where can I get a reading? Where can I go buy a candle, unless it's a church candle, right? And yet you can feel the healing and you can feel the magic. Whereas when you go to a place like Denver, right, it's like, oh, where do I start, right? And it's a really nice light energy. So metaphysical energy, because I tend to make it a thing, let me go find the metaphysical stores and see what the energy is, right? I was really happy in Chicago with what I found. And people were very open there. Denver, of course, they're very open. New York, they weren't concerned about anything. It was really easy to find a Botanica, right?
Yep.
But just a metaphysical store, I actually didn't get a lot of just outright interest in that,
We found like one.
Yeah, we didn't
found
either.
one
We went to
in-
10 places.
Yeah,
Like,
one
we-
was
we-
what we would consider metaphysical. Most was Botanica,
Botanica, yeah.
crystal shop.
Yeah.
Sort of.
One was a witch shop, ish.
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 Yeah,
Ish.
ish.
Ish. Boston was really receptive, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I found lots of stuff. And mind you, outside of Salem was a whole nother energy.
Yeah.
When I just put in metaphysical stores and I went to a couple, it was really that nice energy, eclectic, pick your poison, so to
Yeah.
speak, in a really good way. But I find that it's interesting. New York is so huge, and it's so hard to find metaphysical stuff.
Right.
And then let me see, where else? So we've got Denver, we've got that. Florida, I found a lot of Botanicas.
Yeah.
But that's more so if you start talking about Tampa, Miami. When I was in Panama City Beach, there's nothing.
In where?
Panama City Beach.
Oh, Panama. Okay.
Yeah, so that's about 5 hours from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And it's peaceful, it's calm, and it's healing. My understanding, they said, is it's the Bible Belt, right? But there's plenty of places that are like that still have a lot of metaphysical things.
Well, here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, which in Dallas is overflowing. Now, I like
Yeah.
that. Because when I was here, I used to live here, and I lived here for 11 years. There were some stores, but I think it wasn't the norm. Now it's becoming the norm.
Yeah.
So I like that.
People,
Yeah.
flooding in the doors.
Yes.
And that's great.
A lot more
Okay.
acceptance now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're all what cities we go? We make it. We're the same. Like
Okay.
wherever we go, that's what we do. We
We
will
make
go
a
to the
huge
stores.
point to go to at least 3 or 4 stores while we're there.
Yes.
And we try to, because we own
it-
2 brick
Yes.
and mortars, we try to buy something
Yes.
at every store. And the funny thing about that, where'd you buy
Ooh.
that
Sure.
one?
The craft in Denver.
In
Not
Denver.
this trip, last trip.
Okay. I like
Raven's Craft.
Raven's Craft. That's a beautiful store. Have you
All
been?
right,
I don't think I've
the
been there.
shirt wasn't the only thing I bought though.
Oh yeah, we bought a bunch of stuff.
I like
It
the
was
shirt.
actually a beautiful store.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was.
Gorgeous. I like to say ours is
So we
the
can
most
go
beautiful,
next
but it's
Denver
really pretty.
next year.
Yes,
We'll make a
INAX.
trip.
Yes,
we'll
we'll
make
go.
another trip.
It's
Yes,
gorgeous.
yes.
Beautiful store. But so it's kind of turned out that when we go, he gets how do you say the antheme or whatever? I never can pronounce it right. The witch's knife. The
Antheme.
knife.
Athame, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously I can't
You're
pronounce
close.
anything tonight. My
It's
East
sitting
Texas
right
out.
there.
So he gets a knife in every store if they have one.
That's cool.
Somehow I don't
Every
get the
store.
I don't get the gift. So we try to say, okay, we're going to support the brick and mortar stores
had
we
to
go
put 'em
into
back here,
because
though.
we know how hard it is.
Yes.
Right. And so of course I would buy decks.
Yes.
But now he's like, oh, you can, we
We
get
can
those for
order
the
that.
store, You gotta buy so it's funny because I'm thinking, well, we could buy that antheme too for the store. Anyway, we go in, but we went Santa Monica,
Yeah, Santa Monica,
California.
all over LA, Santa Monica.
Before we ever opened the stores, we did a
Hollywood.
lot of due diligence.
Okay.
What's that other place north of Santa Monica? Van Nuys. Van Nuys?
Okay, Van Nuys, yeah.
Yeah, there's one out
them.
there.
And you know what? The stuff in Santa Monica, looking back,
Oh,
and Pamita lives there. So I'll just say this, that I don't know who this is connected to or anything, but back in the day, we were so stupid. We paid so much for stuff.
Well, it's because
Yeah.
well,
We
you go
paid a
in and
lot.
it is well, you go in. The one she's talking about is a crystal store. And you go in, it's like whoa, and it's like probably a fourth of what space-wise we have in the the store.
Yeah.
And we go in, whoa, look at all these crystals.
It was great.
Because it was from floor to
We-
ceiling.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, they did have a lot, but they were
Yeah, it was.
pricey.
Uh-huh.
And so where else?
Oh,
did
well.
Because when we first, it was INATS years ago for Mita that we said, there was some good about it that we were sort of the naive kids on the block. I was practicing law, he's doing his construction, and we were like, okay, we're going to open a store.
Yes.
And so some people at INATS, there were vendors there, they were like, are you an idiot? Why are you going to do that? They were real down, really negative. They weren't the people who ran it.
Right.
Okay, I'm just
Right.
talking
There
about
were
just
just
random
people there.
people. And that was
Yeah.
not, the curve was not going up on metaphysics at that time.
Right.
Okay? It was definitely not trending. Okay? And so, but it was a love of ours.
Yes.
So we were like, well, yeah, we're going to. And they were like, well, do you not realize that most stores don't turn a profit? Most stores barely break even. And we're like, well, we're not most people.
Right.
That's not what we're manifesting. That's not what we're going to do. So we did a lot of due diligence. We ran around
Anytime we went somewhere, we went to a store to see what we liked and what we didn't like.
Yes.
and we went to the stores that apparently, the Witchery in Galveston does
Okay.
really well. It's a beautiful store. And so we went in there and we were like, apparently you guys do great. And they were like, oh, really? We're the example of doing great? But we were like, yeah, y'all are. But anyway, so we found kind of differences. I guess we were looking at it more from we did look at the spirit of the place, the energy of the place. Are they welcoming? Are they friendly? Because we hear that a lot about our store, that we're friendly. I mean,
Yes.
the people who work here are friendly to everyone, and we are very diverse in the in sense of I look for diversity in everything.
Right.
Not just, I'm talking products to people. Everything, I believe, and I want to see it in the cards, and I want to see it in everything. And so in our products, it's kind of hard because we, like you were saying, not just carrying botanica, we carry a lot of different things, right?
Exactly.
So that's kind of what we would strive for as
We
what's
want
kind
to
of
be able to
one-stop
be
shop.
open, for anybody and everybody that comes through. That's
But
kind of the goal.
That's kind of, and it's kind of worked out for us. Somebody apparently came in, totally off topic,
Yes,
but they
yes,
came in the other day when we were in Denver, and they were like, what's this witchcraft book or something? And somebody called me because they held it up and they was like, I need to talk to her. And they were pointing at my office. And then they were like, well, she's out of town, sir. Sir, it was a sir. And he stomped out of the, I was like, was it one of my relatives? Did you get a name? Did you snap a picture?
Is it on video?
Was that front and center the first thing you see when you go to the store?
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
So funny, but we've seen a difference. I don't.
There are.
There's
a lot of
good and
variety
it
out there.
Depends on where you go. Oh, we saw the coolest store in San Francisco. Most of them, I didn't like that much.
Let me think. That was a while back when I went.
It's a little hole in the wall, and he makes his own incense.
Okay.
Actually, it was it hole in the wall? Truly hole in the wall.
Truly, like
Really?
a cave.
You know, like in New Orleans, how like they have like the little alleyways between the buildings?
Yes.
This looked like a building. The little alleyway going in, and he just opened a store right back in behind that.
Oh, I love it.
It was
It's like-
Those
awesome.
are usually the coolest, though. Yeah.
Didn't even have a bathroom or anything. It was just like he just like built a roof over top of it.
Oh wow. I saw something like that, but I was in Jamaica,
I was
so
like,
it's interesting to hear
exactly what it
California.
was.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think. I wonder if there's a place in Dallas with a hole in the wall back behind the buildings that could open another location.
It was actually my son's boyfriend who told us. James told us to go, and he goes,
Yeah.
"This is where I get all my incense." And this is how sort of like not bright I was. I go, "Well, how do they make it into the sticks?" And Roger was like, "OMG!" We always have these like, "Oh my," Michelle moments. I don't know if you've ever seen them on Facebook, but it's like we had one this weekend. I can't remember what it was, but like where I say these like really not so bright things for being supposedly
You
smart.
posted it.
But I was like, how does he makes all his own incense? It's in jars. Do we then dip it onto the stick? And Roger goes, Michelle, it's powder incense.
Just like we stock.
Just like we sell in the store, Michelle.
But I kind of understand that because I was going to say, well, don't they dip it? They dip it to make the stick. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yes, girl. Thank you. Exactly. I was like,
The things I live with.
so anyway, I guess no matter where you go, the stores, you're going to get a little bit of everything.
Yes.
So, we were talking earlier about the popularity of your deck. Your deck is self-published.
Yes.
And it's very, very popular,
Yeah.
at least in our store.
Yeah.
And I know eventually you're going to have some exciting news to announce to everyone that we can't announce tonight. But
Yes.
because the deck has been so well received, right?
Yes. I'm very proud of that. I'm very thankful for that. Because how I see it is the more people that are aware of it, the more there can be an awakening, the light can be shared. It's just the energy thing is kind of, so I'm already excited, but very soon I'll be even more excited to share some news
Yes.
about how it can become
Oh.
even more popular. It's on the
So
way.
teaser,
Pay
teaser
attention.
for everybody. Yes, it will be coming soon.
We'll be
Exciting
posting it
news.
too.
Well, do you want to do your you stalked your segment?
my
you
gosh.
stalked her Facebook
I
page
stalked
or your
your
social?
Facebook or social media.
Okay.
All right, it was Facebook.
I know that one.
This is actually when we met you
Yes.
at Denver at the International News Trade Show.
INATS.
INATS. Yes.
And this is Laura. Actually, you were busy there because, like, I think it was Laura and Michelle come over and they were talking to you, and they're like, "Oh, you got to go meet this lady. She's right around there. Get these decks."
You were sort of the star of the
And so
show.
I was coming over there to meet you, and I couldn't even get close to the table.
Oh.
Did you know that?
I didn't. I didn't because I think I was so busy talking because I was like, I met so many wonderful people there, right? And so I didn't, but then the feedback that I got after the show was like, oh, Fatima, this or that, or this or that. And then somebody's like, oh, we're under your spell, Fatima. And I was like, holy shit, yay. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
You're on a show
yeah.
with Roger. Are you kidding me?
Yay. Okay.
Because you haven't seen the next post yet.
Okay.
So actually, this is our beautiful Laura Pace, who
I love you, Laura.
wanted to be on here. And yes, they
Yeah.
they fell in love with each other immediately, and we all love Fatima. And Laura's home with her twins tonight, so she probably would have come up here. So
And since we know you like to party, we'll be planning that for next year
That sounds good.
and going
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, she'll definitely. Well,
Yeah.
That sounds
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next one?
Because you got to watch your language on this show. We'll let Michelle read it. Oh,
Okay, I'll read it. Random person How can you? So this is a meme, like funny one, like you guys both post apparently.
Yes.
Okay, random person. How can you call yourself a light worker and use such foul language? Me, Roger, you read it.
That's why the fuck your throat chakra is blocked.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you really read it.
Oh,
That's really good.
It's podcast. It's, that's why we do podcasts, so I can say fuck.
Oh my gosh, that's so low vibration.
I love that so much. I was like, oh, because it's a podcast, we can swear. F-bomb, F-bomb. Like, yeah, that's what I
wait.
want to do. Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, wait, it came out really easy, see? Cleared my throat chakra.
Wait, okay, so, all right, I'm red.
Do I need to change the color of the lights for you?
No, I
Change your
can
color?
just imagine people. Because you know how they are? They're like, that's low vibration.
That's low vibration. But then it's like, well, actually, it's whatever energy you put behind the word.
It totally is.
So what kind of energy are we throwing out?
When I used to throw my tennis racket, because I played tennis,
Yes.
That was low
that
vibration.
was probably low vibration.
When
but
you throw
then
a
I would
tennis
go,
racket at a...
It's just whatever word, like vibration you give to, because you could call this microphone a bad word.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's right.
You
you could say, fucking love it.
Okay, stop.
See? Great,
We're going to be arguing over this on the way. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh,
so-
see, Neil is even saying it over here online.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's all Roger, you guys, and a little bit Fatima, and not me at all, because I
You gotta
am
be open
such
to
high
it.
vibration. I'm kidding.
See, Neil's got the
I
best
say
point.
it
Neil's got the best point. It's just a sentence enhancer.
Oh, it's a
Totally
sentence
agree.
enhancer.
See?
Totally agree.
Just enhancer.
Yes. It's like makeup or accessories or yes, I agree.
See?
I don't even think that's a bad word anymore, is it?
No.
It's like damn used to be. And then when you watch like shows in England,
Mm-hmm.
like bloody's a bad word.
Wow.
Like the bloody whatever. That's one
it
of the
was the
worst
other
cuss
one.
word. Okay, well we'll
Yeah,
go
I thought
there.
it was
Yeah,
another
But
one.
you know that show Shameless?
Ah,
it was a
yeah.
show that's
It was
my wife's
English.
Favorite show. Oh, it was the English version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I love the American
Yeah.
version.
Okay, yes.
But
There's
yeah, the
just-
words are like totally different of which ones are bad and which one. We are totally off subject. All right, so was that it for the stalking?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, so I get to play this game.
Because she got like all the, all the...
Do you want to do the giveaway before we play the game?
Hey, yeah, we can do the giveaway.
Okay.
Okay, so hey guys, look, I'm watching over here, Facebook Live. So this is where you got the answers, Facebook Live, okay? So Fatima, if you were paying really close attention, she was on vacation somewhere here last few weeks. Or if you were stalking her on Facebook, you also saw she was on vacation. If you can tell me, and I will tell you, it was an island.
That's enough. They're going to get it.
There's
First one.
thousands of islands.
Well, no, but they listened. to
Well,
the
they
show.
better listen.
Yeah.
Hopefully they listened, yeah.
And you have to be on live now.
You have to be on live.
No.
First one, I am paying attention right
First
now while we're
one.
playing the game, and I
So
will.
what do they win?
Oh,
They win a deck of
Fatima's
cards.
card.
Of
I
course.
guarantee you, I can probably convince her to autograph it too for you.
I'll definitely do that for you.
See,
Okay.
personalized autographed deck just
Okay.
for you.
So we're going to play a game, and I don't really even know what it is, but I'm the one who is, what was the guy's name on, like, Jeopardy?
Alex Trebek?
Yeah, I'm him,
Okay.
but I kind of thought he was a jerk all the time, so I'm not that mean. All right, so here we go.
Okay.
Oh, so these are, it's either an inspirational quote
Okay.
or it's total BS.
Okay.
So,
Do we get to
You
enhance
have-
them?
no. So, maybe, but I'm not enhancing. Okay, so you can't cheat though. And have y'all noticed that
Crap, Carla Nichols, she jumped right in.
Carla won?
Carla won.
Yay,
Congrats,
Carla!
Way to go, Carla.
Thanks for jumping in.
So Carla drives all the way from Oklahoma to come to our store.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay, Carla.
She does. So, and she's
amazing.
Yeah, she is
Yes,
amazing.
she is.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, I just wanted to say, Loki has been in the singing bowl.
Yes.
It is an E note. You're gonna wake him up.
In case you want to see him, here
Hey,
he
there's
is.
Loki. Loki's been in the singing bowl the whole show.
He was running around earlier here, and
Be
then
careful with
about
that
5
baby.
minutes before the show, he decided to take a nap, and he was in my lap, and I had to move him to somewhere else.
Oh,
So
little
cute.
baby.
Right, buddy?
Okay, y'all ready?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so I'll keep score. Give me the pen. All right, because
All right.
we have to. We don't play just for fun. We keep score.
You played
Ha ha.
yeah.
Okay.
No participation
All right.
trophies here.
Here's the. That's right. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. Is that an inspirational quote or BS?
Inspirational quote.
And your
Yeah, I
answer?
go with that.
Okay, that is correct. Don't look. That was Will Rogers
Okay.
who said that. So you both got a point. All right, next. You can't get from the first floor to the third floor without taking a few steps.
BS.
Inspirational quote.
It's BS. Erica wrote it.
Good job, Erica.
Erica might need to turn that into an inspirational quote.
Yes.
We'll be seeing that on
Tasty.
a T-shirt around here.
What was that?
Yes.
You can't get from the first floor to the third floor without falling on your ass. No, without taking a few steps.
You know what then? But a person who's a smart ass might say, or take the elevator. So,
Yeah.
but for those
Well,
of
you
us
could
that are
put-
more high
think about
vibration.
You can have that on the front and on the back say, "I just take the elevator."
Yes.
That'd be
yes.
cute.
That would be very cute.
Okay, here's a good one. Ready?
Yes.
It's really funny.
Okay.
We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated.
Inspirational quote?
Yeah, I think so.
It's Maya Angelou.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to trick y'all by going, it's really funny. All right, you ready? We generate fears while we sit. We overcome them by action.
I go inspirational.
I go BS.
It's inspirational.
Oh.
It's Dr. Henry Link. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I agree with it. I mean,
Who the
It
hell's
sounds
that?
so
Who?
choppy. I was just
Who'd
like,
you
I
say?
don't know.
Dr. Henry Link.
I don't know.
I don't know. Google it. Here we go. Y'all ready?
Yes.
When we meditate, we don't just find ourselves, we discover a piece of our soul we've never acknowledged.
Is that a quote or a book?
And like it's I don't know that I even agree with that, but it could be inspirational. So
It's a yoga inspirational.
right? And it's perception is reality. Inspirational quote? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all both missed it. That was Erica.
That makes me kind of
I
happy.
think I called it yoga BS.
You don't say that.
I'm sorry, Erica. I'm sorry, Erica. I'm
Erica,
sorry.
we love you, and we are so happy for you. Erica got married this morning, you guys.
Congrats,
Just so
Erica.
everyone knows.
Whoop,
Whoop, whoop. Okay, so here we go. Success is not defined simply by a dollar amount. It is defined by our will and determination after many unsuccessful attempts. I didn't even follow that one.
Yeah, I don't. So I just want to go with it being BS because I got lost halfway in there.
I did too. I zoned
Y'all are
out.
both right.
I zoned out.
That's Erica. Okay, Erica.
Got too wordy on that one.
To see what is right and not do it is a lack of courage.
I think that's inspirational because I think I've heard that one before.
I've heard it before, so I agree. So I'll go with inspirational.
Confucius says,
Okay.
y'all are right.
Yeah.
All right. He's got to miss both of these. Stars can't shine without darkness.
That's an inspirational quote.
Yep.
Okay. And so y'all both got that one. It's
Who-
been fun.
Who was
Okay.
that?
It was, oh, well, I can't really say. Oh, yeah, I can. D.H. Sidebottom. I feel like a 10-year-old laughing at that. A 10-year-old boy.
Can we
Sidebottom.
Can we enhance that one?
No.
Hey,
It's already
see, now, somebody, Neil, can you enhance that on there, please?
side bottom. Okay, don't waste your life hiding your. I got to start over. Don't waste your life hiding your authenticity. You were born you for a reason.
So I've seen so many variations of that in inspirational quotes that I want to say inspirational quote, and even if she made it up, it's still an inspirational quote because I've seen that before as an inspirational quote.
Okay, so it's a paraphrase potentially of an inspirational
Inspirational
quote.
quote. Okay. I win.
All right, so we'll just leave it with that. That was Erica and paraphrasing all of the inspirational quotes ever written because there we have it. Ding, ding, ding.
You're good at that, Erica. That's good.
That was almost like that time we did the, the words, the made up words.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
The app, there's an app. No, it was online.
Oh, so yeah. So one time we read, What was that? It was this, it's a quote. It's a
Metaphysical word generator.
word generator. It's
That's what it
actually an
was.
app. So
Okay.
Google it, and you put it in. I read it, and I started the show with it, and I was saying we're going to start just really serious tonight, just to set the tone. And I started reading it, and they are just randomly generated words pulled together that are total bullshit.
I'm
Oh,
only-
I
But
like
they
that.
sound like, and you're going, oh yes, It's just a randomly
I
generated.
think I'm gonna write a book and use that.
Read that thing.
Yep.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do some readings.
Okay.
Do we have anybody that is wanting a reading, a
Ooh,
live
would
reading?
like a live reading tonight.
We should have asked earlier so that
Yeah, you
we would
should've.
have them, because there's a
I
little
don't
bit of
think
a
anybody
delay.
said. Let me look real quick. Nope. We got several. We
We
got a lot of
usually
people
have a lot of
watching.
people asking. These are my cards over here, right?
Mhm.
We just have time if they answer just for a few. Roger, you're going to read while
Kathy.
they're saying it.
Kathy.
So, Roger is going to read with the Urban Tarot by Robin Scott that's been redone by, I think it was U.S. Games that we
Games.
did this.
Mhm.
And I am reading with Fatima's deck, the New Orleans Oracle deck. And Fatima, you're reading with?
The New Orleans Oracle deck as well.
Awesome.
And then what I noticed is that there's also a melanated classic tarot over here, and I'm like, ooh.
Okay, so maybe I'll read. Do you want me to read with that?
Oh, you can read with whatever you like. I just saw it and I thought
I'll
it was
read
cool.
with it. Here, I'll
you read with
it.
that one. Okay,
Give me
yeah,
this
we
one.
love this deck here. We sell it a lot.
Ah.
Okay. All right, so who are we reading for again?
Kathy.
Okay, so Kathy, and these are just going to be general readings, and I don't know how, Fatima, you set your intention, but I'll just say we'll set our intention to be for the highest and best good
Yes.
of Kathy, and for that alone.
Okay.
Is that fair enough for you?
Oh, totally.
Set our intention so we can get going. One card, please. You always break
Why
the
are you
rules.
looking at me?
Yeah, because you always break the rules.
You know what? Wait till you see my post I make later tonight on Facebook then about rule breaking.
Okay. All right, here we go. So, general reading for Kathy. I'm doing that first card.
I like
This
how
is a
these
pretty
shuffle.
card. So, I'll go first.
Okay.
Kathy, I got the intuition card, and I love this. This is a beautiful card. Actually, it's number 27, which I kind of think is cool. That adds up to a 9. And I feel like potentially you use your intuition a lot for humanitarian purposes, to help others. I love just in the crystal ball and the eye, but what came to me immediately, just to keep it brief, is that make sure that when you're using that inner knowing that of yours, your clairvoyance, to serve humanitarian purposes, that you don't get lost in the mix. Make sure that you follow that intuition for yourself too, because you're really good at helping others with it, but make sure you do it for yourself also.
Absolutely.
Are you going?
Go ahead.
Okay. So what's interesting is that, so the card that you got was the elusive priestess, and that it's when that is obvious not being so obvious. So what I want to say to you is that, and it almost piggybacks off of what Michelle said, it is time for you to start remembering to ask yourself, what do I feel as compared to what is it that I think? What's happening for you is that sometimes you're going to have times where you're feeling more stuck than necessary because you're taking in too much information. And you know when they say, like, you can't see the forest for the trees, it's not that I don't think you know, it's that I think that you may take in too much information sometimes, which can then give you 3 answers to one question, and it can frustrate you and potentially stop you from more efficient forward movement. So with the elusive priestess, it's saying that many times your answers are literally right there, intuitively, obviously, but due to some overthinking or not wanting to make a mistake, the energy gets a little muddled. So that would be the message that I would give you from that card.
Beautiful message.
So, I got the 9 of Wands. One thing about this with the 9 of Wands is you'll see all the wands are actually standing, straight and strong. A lot of growth actually on the shafts. On each wand, you'll see a lot of the tree, kind of the branches growing out. But you also see he's standing there and he's wrapped, his head's wrapped around. So if you think about it, he's a lot of struggles. He's, really pushed through, but he's pushed through it strong. So that's what with you, Kathy, is that you need to be focusing. Yeah, it's a little struggle here and there, but push strong through it and let your projects and everything grow strong with you. Okay?
Good. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, we got several. Next one was Leslie, and she said, "General, please."
All right. Oh, wow. Shuffled, fanned, cut the deck 3 times, I think, or several times. Yeah. Did you draw the same one too?
No, this is the Let
different.
Loose
Okay.
card.
You
This is
start.
Let Loose.
You go for it.
Okay, so Leslie, the Let Loose card is what came up for you. And this is Mardi Gras. I don't know how well you can see it. And so, of course, when we hear Mardi Gras, we think of, okay, party, great time, all of this. When this card comes up, and specifically for you, in order for you to find your next step and your inspiration, the recommendation is you need to find it through echoes of fulfillment. Okay. There's been a little bit of maybe again overthinking and seriousness, and the message for you is you're going to find the right way by finding your inspiration through letting loose and enjoying yourself. It's going to be like laying little pebbles to the direction that you need to go. So give yourself the permission to do so. Many times it's about doing something that it's like, oh, there's no point to that. I'm just doing it. Well, the point is that you like it and you're having fun, and it raises your vibration to then attract and manifest what you want. So go have fun, enjoy, and again, that's the Let Loose card.
And I did the same with your intuition. I drew the exact same card again, and I was saying to Fatima after shuffling and all that kind of stuff, this intuition card popped back up again for you. And Leslie, for you, I'm going to piggyback on to Fatima's reading and say, I feel like that when you just, is it let loose?
Let loose.
When you let loose with your intuition and not push so hard. I know you work a lot on your intuition. You come to classes a lot and come to crystal classes. And when you just have fun with it, when you let loose and just have fun, that's when you're in the flow. That's the sweet spot for you.
Yes.
And I got the King of Wands on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, King of Wands. And Leslie, kind of following through with what they're talking about, but also kind of keep grounded with it. The thing about kings are very grounded, very stern almost. Leslie, do keep a little bit more grounded, even though pushing through your intuition and all that, but keep that flow going, from, earth to the heavens. Keep everything flowing.
Yeah. All right. I don't think we have time for any more tonight. I think we're up against the clock. And so I think we'll stop with that one. Actually, Fatima, how about you pull one card for us to just give us something to leave with? Would you do that for us?
Absolutely.
Okay. From your beautiful deck.
All right. So the card that came up was the Dreams card. Okay. I'm not surprised this came up just because the veil seems to be becoming much thinner right now, and a lot of awareness, a lot of potential energetic downloads. And so what this is about paying attention not only when you're sleeping, when you're meditating, but to the different messages that spirit will want to give you. Now, I'm going to piggyback on this to where literally this is dreams. Yes, pay attention to your dreams when you're sleeping. Okay, fine. But the other part of this is there's so many signs that we get throughout the day. Oh, something you heard on the radio. Oh, something you see as confirmation on the billboard. I kind of feel like this message is things are transcending beyond when we're sleeping, beyond when we're getting a reading. And it really seems like it's time to just trust and pay attention to the penny you found on the floor, to hearing someone mention something you were thinking about earlier, wondering if you should do. And so this card for everyone, at this time, it's the Dreams card, but it's more like trust and believe, because the more at this point you're thinking you can do it and you can feel it, have you noticed things are happening faster? And so, yes, so even though it's a Dreams card, and yes, pay attention to your dreams, the message that I just got around it was, at this point, if you can envision it, it's likely happening somewhere. So focus on what you want to bring it more and manifest into what it is you want.
It's beautiful. You know, one thing I've noticed about you throughout our time tonight together is that one thing I really like to say is through readings, I believe readings are healings.
Yes, I do
And not
too.
everybody says that. They'll really talk differently between readings and healings.
Mhm.
I think readings are very often a vehicle for healings.
Yes.
And I just wanted to I meant to bring that up earlier, but thank you for that, because I think a lot of people need to hear that. To know, do you know what I'm talking about?
I totally agree with you. And actually, I think that is what a reading is for. Even when people don't realize, they're like, oh, just tell me, am I going to get the job? Will I get the job?
Yeah.
It's like, well, whatever is in you that's connecting to that, let's let spirit source determine what's for your highest good, give you the information that you need to know. And when you come out of a reading, you should feel a sense of peace, even if it's not what you wanted to hear,
Exactly.
because it is healing. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for being on
Thank
with
you,
us.
guys.
We look forward to
Awesome.
seeing you
Thank
so
you.
much more.
Yes, I look forward to it.
And who won the Carla? Carla won
Carla
the
did.
deck tonight.
Yay, Carla!
And so thank you so much. Yes, this deck is going to, like you said, there's a lot of exciting things coming with your deck, and I'm sure so many more things. And so thank you guys. That's it for this week. And we do thank you, Fatima,
Thank
for
you.
visiting with us tonight. You can listen to So What on Spotify, the iHeart Radio app, Google Podcast, iTunes, and of course by watching live on YouTube at MichelleSoulTopia and on Facebook at So What. Thank you for listening to So What, where we discuss and you decide what's important to your soul.
Have a good evening.
Bye. Thank you.